Satnam, Hari Om, Wahi Guru. This is Sat Hari Kar Swaha. I'm back and yeah, with the Infinite Backpack. And so today I was going to bring up about Vedic remedies and in particular, um, well, Vedic remedies in general. All right, so when I say Vedic remedies, this is based on Vedic astrology. All right, something that I do and I have been doing for a very long time. So yes, I do Vedic astrology and I do readings and compatibility and marriage matches and all that good stuff, partner matches and life, career, and so Vedic remedies. What happens when I read a chart is I will look at different remedies that will help you and enhance your life. Okay, and so you may be going through a troubling time, and so during that troubling time there may be something, there may be a mantra for you to chant, there may be a gem of some type of stone or gem that you could buy and wear on your body, on your person, that will help with the effects of planets that are causing you disruption. And also on the other side, to enhance the auspicious planets in your chart. Also, you could wear gems or stones associated with those different planets as well. Now, the other things are, it could be anything, depending on the time that you're in. I could be, one of the remedies could be feeding the crows, or it could be feeding a dog, or feeding a cow. I don't look at just the modern remedies. I look at the old traditional remedies because they work, and they work very well. And so sometimes I may recommend a puja. And if you don't know what a puja is, I will go into the details in another video about what a puja is or a homa is. I may recommend these things for different things going on in your chart. And other remedies I may suggest may be anything from, the types of foods you eat, some diet changes, some, how much water you do or don't drink, um, when to take some days off, and different types of things that you may need to do with metal. It could be gold, silver, aluminum, so it may sound odd to some of you, but in traditionally, there's all these different remedies we have that can help us, and yantras and mantras and these different types of remedies help. Now, one remedy I did mention, right, was gems and stones. So here's the thing, all right, and with Vedic astrology, when it comes to gems and remedies, it's not, if you don't have the money for the gem or the stone, that's okay. And sometimes I will tell you, there's always a size I'm going to recommend for that gem or stone, all right? It's not just usually enough to have that stone or gem. You may need a certain size depending on the reasons that you need to wear it. And and whenever we wear a gem, especially for remedies, planetary wise, we wear that gem so that it is touching our skin. It needs to be touching our skin. So it's not enough that if I'm wearing a necklace, for example, and that necklace is not touching my skin, that I have it on the outside, right? It's on my scarf or something. It needs to be touching my skin, and that particular stone needs to be touching my skin. And it can be a pendant, it can be a ring, it can be a necklace, it could be an arm bracelet, it could be a bracelet here, it doesn't matter. And so here's, like, for example, this is a moon. This one right here is a moon, it's got a pearl in it, and it's got a moon ring, okay? And that's to assist. Moon is typically something to assist with your emotional balance. but it can also assist with other things too, like, balancing the menstrual cycle, your lunar cycle, and things like this, among other things. Now, you see the ring, right? Now, this is a traditional ring that you can buy in India. They have them all over the place. You can have them made for you. This one was made for me. So this one here, okay, is a pearl. But if you look, I'm going to try to show you, all right? Can you see that pearl on the other side, right? You see that white in the center, right? It's like that and flat like that and flush like that because when I put the ring on my finger, in this case I have it on my Mercury finger because this is where I need it, all right? Now this is touching my skin, all right? That when I slid that ring on, it's touching my skin. And likewise, this one here, this Pucharaj, also known as the Jupiter, okay, a yellow sapphire, right? Okay, this is like a pretty design and stuff, but underneath it, it's touching my skin, so that I can receive the benefits of this stone. And it is important that you get a clean cut, and you do the best you can. There are, of course, alternatives if you can't afford the higher priced ones. There's different alternatives. There's several different types of gems depending on the planet that you're looking at. We also include Rahu and Ketu when we're talking about planetary remedies and gems. But another thing I want to say is that, so say for example, you had, for a long time I couldn't afford a ruby. Rubies are very, very expensive, and that's for the sun, Surya, sun, the planet sun. And so because that's so expensive, that ruby, right? For a long time, I had people actually just take a picture, or I had a picture, and I still do, a picture of the ruby, all right? A nice clear picture of the ruby. And I had them set that on their altar, and they'd meditate on that ruby. They'd meditate on that energy of the ruby. They'd meditate on that color, and they'd take it into their meditation. Okay, this is something else that can happen, that you can do very, very cost effectively to get to shift the energy of the planets, because planetary wise, sometimes you need to balance those planets. So for example, I'm not someone who should have a lot of Saturn. While I love that planet, I'm not someone who should be wearing a lot of amethyst, which is one of the stones that is associated with Saturn. Or blue sapphire is another one that's associated with Saturn. I'm not supposed to be wearing any of that, period, ever. And and once in a while, sure, but it's not a planet that for me, wearing it on my body is going to be helpful. But you take someone else, like, someone in my family, for example, they're adorned with it. The blue sapphires, the amethyst, and they just love it. They're really a Saturn person in general, so they're taking advantage of all of the auspiciousness that Saturn is bringing them in their life. But Saturn is kind of debilitated a bit in my chart, and so it's not appropriate for me to wear. So that's another thing. You don't want to just, be wishy-washy about this. You don't want to be wearing stones or gems that are not correct for you, because you could be bringing extra energy of different planets that you don't want bringing into your life, because it's going to hinder you in some way. Okay, there's a balancing act with those planets, and you want to take advantage of them appropriately. Okay, you don't want to take advantage of ones that are in detriment. Okay, you want to call on ones that and honor all of them, mind you, but you don't want to put yourself in a position to where you have too much of one on your body, and it's going to cause you effects. So for example, say someone likes the ruby or any of the sun related stones and gems and whatnot. Okay, so say that's not a good stone for them to be wearing or on their body. Okay, that could cause them to get really heated, overly heated, if it's not correct for them to be wearing. It could cause them skin problems if they're wearing them. It could cause them all the heat in their body, gastrointestinal problems, their digestive issues, all kinds of things, heartburn, you name it. It could affect to how much they're burning in their body, and how much they're burning in their head. I mean, they can get gray hair and, go bald and things like this. And so, and this sounds drastic, but this is why it's important that you take in consideration these planets. These planets are living bodies. They're living bodies, and we have to take them into consideration and what they mean and how we can make use of them, embrace them, honor the energy, make use of the energy that they're giving us. But we don't want to enhance the energy of planets that are not necessarily the most beneficial for us in a large doses, right? All right, so hopefully this is helpful for you. This is just a quick tip on some, Vedic remedies and whatnot. You want to learn about your Vedic remedies in your chart, I'm more than happy. Contact me and I'll read your chart and we'll go over that. Yep, it's there on my website, theinfinitebackpack.com. So hopefully this video is helpful. Please like and share, and take care, and have a good evening. Bye for now.